Hi friends, today we are going to learn how to create database and tables for a simple student management system using MySQL. In every school management system, we need a place to store data such as school administrator accounts, classes, students. To organize this information properly, we create a database and then create tables inside that database. Let's begin. First, we need to open XAMPP. Open XAMPP. Then we start Apache and MySQL. Then after starting Apache and MySQL, we need to click here on this admin near MySQL. So click here. Then PHP MyAdmin is opened. It is this one. Now the next step is to create a database. So here we can create a database by clicking here on database. Then we put the name of database. Then you click on create. But for us, we are going to use SQL query to create a database and the tables. So we click here on SQL. Then you are going to type the code for creating database. As I said, a database is a container that holds our tables. Now, let us first increase the size. So we are going to create the first table. So we are going to create the database, then we call it DB. So we type the command create database, then DB, semicolon. Now, after we put use DB, then semicolon. Now, what's the meaning of this? So create database, this one create the database DB. And this use tells MySQL which database we will use for the next operations. Now, next we are going to create tables. As we saw it in the previous lesson, we will create users table, classes table, and the students table. So these tables we are going to create will be stored in this database DB. So let's create users table. This table will store school administrator information and login credentials. So before, let us put the comment to know what we are going to do the next. So let's say users table. We can here also put database like this. Okay, now to create users table, we type create table, then users. After we open bracket, we go down, then we type username, then varchar 20, and we put not new, unique, comma. The next column is full name. It is also varchar maybe 100, not new. And the next is email. So we use maybe varchar 100, not new. Then also we make it unique. And the last column is password. So let's say varchar, then maybe 20, not near. Okay. then after we close the bracket, then we put semicolon. This means what? This username will be the unique identifier for each user, and it will be used to log in. Full name will store the names of the admin, email will store the email of the admin, and the password will store the password for the admin. So here for the email, we use the unique to make sure that no two users will have the same email. They have to be different. That is why we have used here unique. Now, after creating users table, let's create a classes table. Let's put the comment here. It will say classes table. Now to create classes table, we type create classes. Create table classes, open bracket, then we go down. The first column is class ID. Each class has to be with ID. Then we say int, so it will hold the integers. Now auto increments, then primary key. The next is the class name. Then let's make it varchar, maybe 50, not near. And the next is the class teacher. Then let's say varchar, then we put 20. It is also not near. And the last, okay, these are the columns for this column. So these are the columns for this table. So here class ID, it will be integer and it will be auto increment. Now here this class ID is unique identifier for each class. Then class name is the name of the class, and the class teacher is the teacher responsible for the class. So here class ID, we used int auto increment, means it is integer but it will be auto incremented. Then it is primary key to make sure that the class ID are different for all classes. Now we need also to put foreign key. Here we have class teacher. We are going to make it we are going to create foreign key for class teacher. Then we say references users username, users, then username. Then after you put on delete, then cascade. Okay, so this means what? But before, let us cross, then you put semicolon. Okay, now this foreign key means what? It means that this class teacher here in this table of classes, the class teacher username must exist in the users table. If you insert in this table of classes, you insert a class teacher with username not found in users, then the error will be displayed. And this on delete cascade means if you delete teacher from users, automatically if that username is found in classes, also that row for classes will be also deleted. Okay, now after creating classes, we are going to create student table. Now, how do you create student table? Then we type create table students, open bracket, then we put student ID. Let's make it integer, then auto increment primary key, comma, then full names, let's make them varchar 50 not near, then gender, let's use a name. So here we will use, let's use M and F, then comma, it is also not near, then we put maybe date of birth, so we use date, also not near, then class ID, so the class of this student, class ID. So because we will create the foreign key class ID, here we use the integer for classes, so here also we have to use int not near, comma, let's say parents tar. Now let's use varchar, then maybe 10, but we make this near, comma, then after you're going to put foreign key, so we are going to create foreign key for this column, class ID, then we make reference to this table, classes, now it will be referenced to this class ID, then you close, then also after close this, then semicolon. But as you can see here, we have okay, here it is the comma not semicolon. Okay, now what's the meaning of this student ID? This one is the unique identifier for each student. It will be auto incremented and it is a primary key, so that no two students will have the same ID. Now full names will store the names of the students. That is why you have used varchar. Okay, not near, because you have to provide the names. Now gender, because we need to select between M and F. That is why we used a name. So if gender is not M or is not F, it will not the student will not be inserted. And the date of birth, we use date, not near also, because we have to provide it. Now class ID, int, it has to be int because we have created foreign key. And when you are creating a foreign key, you have to make sure that the type of this column must be the same as the type of the column we are referencing to. So that is why here we have also int. Now parent char is varchar, but it is near. Here near means if you don't provide parent char, there's no problem. Then this column will hold a null record. Here also we have to add on delete, then cascade. Okay. Also another thing, when you are using foreign key, we need to put this engine equal inodb default calset utf-8mb4. This setting is used when you are creating foreign key. If you don't use this, then foreign key will fail. That is why we have to make sure that our table is in this format. So here, this one, I need to copy it, then also I paste it here on this table, and even here on this table. Okay. Now these are the scripts we're going to learn, and they will create a database DB. Then you create tables users, classes, and student. Then after this, we come here down, then you click on go. Okay, so after this, we need to select the database. We click here on database, then we check our DB is there. This is the database we have created, DB. So let's click on it, double click, and we have classes, student, users. So in general, this is how we create database and the tables using MySQL. Now in next lesson, we will insert some users and we create a login page so that we will be able to log in. Thank you for watching. See you next time.